Hi, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm feeling a little bit low energy, so we'll have to get through this video with as much enthusiasm as I can muster up. This video concludes my Eurovision tribute videos. I've decided to share with you one of my most favourite things in the world, the Eurovision Song Contest. And today I wanted to look back on all the winners of the previous years, from 2005 when I started watching Eurovision myself, until 2019 when it was the last official Eurovision that was held, including an honourable mention for my winner of 2020. I want to preface it obviously by saying this is my personal opinion. I obviously have quite a peculiar taste in Eurovision songs. You can see it from my video that I posted last week, talking all about my Eurovision 2020 favourites. I'm gonna put it up here and also down in the description below if you haven't seen it yet. I guess I choose my songs based on how they make me feel and how often I listen to them outside of Eurovision and how much they connect to me personally on like a deeper emotional level, and that's how I went through this list and put it together. It's gonna be very biased. No singing in this video, unfortunately, but I will still include some sort of an image or a video, hopefully, of the performances. So, shall we kick off my Eurovision 2005 to 2019 winners ranked according to my taste? Let's start off with an honourable mention. As 2020 Eurovision didn't happen, it's quite sad, but if you watched my previous video, my winner for 2020 would have been Lithuania, The Root, On Fire. And I love that song. You know how much I love that song. Go and watch my previous video to hear me all gushing all about it. But I think if it had officially won, if there had been a competition, I would have ranked it quite high. And how high, you ask me? Number 3. My top 3, this would have been number 3. Out of all time that I've personally watched Eurovision. It's quite a high ranking. There's something about the song that really deserves it. Maybe it will drop down as the time goes on and I will maybe listen to it a lot, I won't reach for it, but I don't think that will happen. I think it has such a beautiful meaning to it and such a vibrant hook and melody and like the synth that I will never forget it. But I might eat my words. Number 15, 2017, Portugal, Salvador Sobral with the song Amar Pelos Dois. I don't have much to say about this song because I have very strong feelings against it, and I don't want to cause any controversies by stating my opinion on this particular occasion. I choose not to say anything unless I have something kind to say. Number 14, 2011, Azerbaijan, Eli and Nikki, Running Scared. I think along the lines with the previous song, I really didn't like that this won that particular year. I don't think it was the best song that year. I think this song really lacks something for me. It almost seems too fake or too cringy or too insincere, and it really came across to me. I know obviously people liked it because they chose it to be the winner, but in my personal opinion I really am not in favour of this particular song. I think there were quite a few better choices, but looking back, if those had won that particular year, we would have never had one of the best winners. Number 13, 2015, Sweden, Måns Zelmerlöw with Heroes. I have nothing massively against this song. I think this is where the ranking becomes quite difficult because a lot of these songs are great songs, that's why they were chosen, but I think obviously I told you before what my criteria is, and this particular song, I like this song, I like the premise, I love the beat and everything, but it's not one that I reach for that often. I haven't listened to it besides when it was performed on Eurovision a couple of days ago, and there's nothing that hooks me. I understand it's a great message song and everything, but there's nothing about his singing or his performance that really hooks me, and obviously I don't know if I'm some sort of a monster that doesn't have a heart, but I don't think it's a bad song, I just don't have any particular feelings or any particular love for it. Number 12, 2006, Finland, Lordi with Hard Rock Hallelujah. Hard Rock Hallelujah. Okay, I remember this winning the contest, and it was probably one of the most original things that has happened to the competition, and I really liked that. It was unusual, it was fun, it was brave, it was everything that we kind of wanted to maybe shake up the usual style that we have seen, and I think they deserved the win, even though despite everything, I don't think this particular entry paved the way for more rock entries. Obviously there have been amazing rock entries in the contest, but none of them have come to the same level as Lordi to even come close to winning, except Manga, which was incredible. Sad it didn't win, but also it had a great winning song that year. It's a fun song. I think the obviously they have these characters, these monsters performing rock and roll, which is quite fun, and I think the main artist in the band wore a hat with a Finnish flag on it, and I thought it was really cute, really sweet. It's a fun song, but I literally forgot that it had one until I started making this list about a week ago. And I know that I made this list about a year ago, and I feel like most of the entries would have been put in a different place almost, but by now I just feel like I have an appreciation for certain songs more than I have for the others, but it's still a good song. 11. 2005. Greece. Helena Paparizou, my number one. This was my first Eurovision winner. This was the first year that I started watching Eurovision, so it was quite exciting. Quite fun to kind of see how she won or what she did, and I think she deserved it. I think it was a fun song. I think her choreography was great. Obviously I think it paved a lot for Greece to keep bringing out the same or quite similar songs year on year out, which is quite filled with their own powerful musical backgrounds and styles, and I think it's a fun song. I just never really think of it. I think she's a great singer as well, but it's not the first thing that comes to my mind when I think of Eurovision. So, now reaching our top 10, or my top 10. In number 10, 2018, Israel, Netta with the song Toy. I was quite surprised that this ended up so low on the list, but I think it was so powerful when it first came out, and then I haven't listened to it since, and I feel like she's come out with better songs since. She's quite a unique artist. I haven't seen quite so much energy, and also like I don't give up any other artists besides her in this particular way, and I find it really inspirational. She's really fun, really amazing artist, and I think what it came down to that year that she particularly won, obviously we had Netta, and then we had representative of Cyprus. I lost for her name. It was clearly which was going to win. The pretty girl with the sexy body, or a girl who actually made good music, or fun music, or something different and dared to be herself. I'm not saying that the other artists didn't dare to be themselves. Obviously they clearly were doing exactly what felt right for them, but I think it was a great win for so much more than just music that year. It was a message within a message within a message. I still like this song a lot. I think it has a really great beat to it. It has these fun chicken noises. I think it's a really fun song to like sing if you remember it. It's like bop, 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 bop. But it's not one that obviously I'm not reaching for the most, but it still deserves to be in the Hall of Fame. Number 9, 2009, Norway. Alexander Rybak with Fairy Tale. I'm quite sad that how low this is, because when Fairy Tale came out, it was my favorite song for a long time. It's not that it was unique or anything particular, but I think the message or the lyrics of the song really spoke to me. I thought it was really beautifully done, and obviously the staging was quite fun, the whole violin thing was great, everything worked. I think Alexander did a great job representing Norway that year, and I think he deserved to win. It was the best song that particular year. When we found out that Eurovision 2020 was cancelled, I started rewatching all the previous years and seeing who won and do I remember any of the songs and how I'm feeling about them. And Fairy Tale surprised me because I forgot how great it was and how much I liked it and how much I have forgotten it over the years. I don't think I've listened to the song for at least 3 to 5 years, and it's really surprising because I used to really love this song. So seeing it again was a fun way to rediscover it, and I'm really happy that it won as well. I don't know if I will love it for long times, and I hope that maybe there will be better songs that come out and win the Eurovision, but I think this will not age well. I don't even know what I mean by it, but for some reason it just doesn't stick with me as much as I would like it to. Number 8, 2010, Germany, Lena with Satellite. I think this is probably one of the most fun entries on this particular list. I think she deserved to win as well. It was a fun song, it came out of nowhere. It's for the first time in a long time that one of the big 5 countries has actually won the competition, considering how much money they put into it. Let's not talk about it. But it was such a fun thing that she performed on the last night. So it was the 2 semi-finals and a final, and she just performed once, while most of the other artists got to perform twice. And she blew everyone away. I think it was a great performance, very simple, very easy, and just very relatable. I just felt at the prime of my young adultness, and it was just so easy and relatable and fun and quirky, and I really saw myself in Lena back in the day, and I thought, you know, it's that kind of feeling for falling for someone. It's I would do anything for you, but would you? I think it really, really is a standout in the sense that quite a lot of these songs are quite deep and quite dark and emotional. This one is just quite fun, but also I guess it has a deeper meaning to it as well. Number 7, 2016, Ukraine, Jamala with 1944. I think this is probably one of the hardest songs to discuss because it has so much depth and so much pain behind it. She wrote it based on her family's history and experiences in the Second World War. She is from the Crimea region, which is technically Ukrainian, but I'm not going to go into that. It's such an emotional song. The way she performs is just heartbreaking. I think that's why it's a really difficult song to listen back to a lot, but it's a very important song. I think it's really beautiful. She did a great job. She's a phenomenal artist. She has powerful voice. I actually remember watching her come up as a new artist. She performed on one of the old singing competitions that they have. On the competition called New Wave, she wore this turban thing and she sang really weirdly, and everyone was blown away by her. And that's when I got introduced to her, and I think that was her starting off. And as an artist, she's a phenomenal artist. Her other work I'm not that into, so this is quite an unusual one where I only like this particular song from her, but I still think that she deserved to win. It was a phenomenal song, a phenomenal win for her that year. Number 6, 2014, Austria, Conchita Wurst, Rise Like a Phoenix. Rise like a phoenix. It's probably one of the best songs on Eurovision, and yet still, why is it so low, you ask me? I re-listened to it recently, and it is a powerful ballad that is inspirational, it has the amazing lyrics, and really connects with you on a different level. Conchita Wurst being Tom Neuwirth's drag personality, or drag persona, it's quite an amazing achievement, and I was absolutely blown away. I thought, obviously there were jokes going around, oh, it's a man with a beard and a dress, but there was so much more to it. There's so much power, so much want, and so much amazingness behind what he was doing. And obviously back in 2014 it was quite new or up and coming, or really coming into light more, and people actually being more acceptable and being more normal about it, which is, I just find really weird that we're still in 2020, we can't normalize or make sure that people are not hurting from being themselves. On a rant, I'm sorry. Considering what Conchita achieved, I commend her, I commend Tom, and the song, this performance did a lot for Eurovision, did a lot for the musical world, and I think if there is one song that you should definitely go and listen to from this list, is this one. Get inspired. Rise Like a Phoenix. Number 5, 2013, Denmark. Emily the Forest, Only Teardrops. I find this to be one of the most beautiful songs on this list. The beginning of it with a little flute, it's very foresty, it's very fairy, it's very like you want to be there, you want to find out what's happening. It's a beautiful, lyrically beautiful song as well. I think it has more meaning to it than you can see from just seeing it for the first time. It's very colourful, but also like really dulled down in that colour. Her performance was all yellow and orangey and gold, but it all like kind of toned down a bit. She was barefoot, she had beautiful long hair, and she felt really ethereal, really like an angel, fairy-like. Obviously being my top 5 has a lot meaning to me and a lot of personal connection. That's why I ranked it so high. It's one of the songs that I remember more often, and I really look back on it fondly when it came out. Yes, part of Eurovision is figuring out who's going to win and what's the excitement, and I remember that year everyone was putting hers first, and there were a lot of great songs that year, but I feel like hers came on top definitely, and I can see it, you can feel it from the song, despite all the money that they spent on the production, because everything that you do in Eurovision costs money, so she spent quite a lot of money on her staging. But there was just so much, the way they shot her performance as well. I think her studio version is great as well, but like she performed live really, really well. She doesn't have like the biggest voice or the most amazing vocals, but she is very solid in what she does, and you really, really, really enjoy and really feel it. So I really like it. Number 4, 2008, Russia, Dima Bilan, Believe. If we're talking inspirational, or like the Rise Like a Phoenix level, I have to admit Believe has been that song for me. When it came out that year, disregard the whole thing with Russia, the whole thing with Dima Bilan coming second in 2005 and being salty about it, and obviously re-entering competition with high hopes of winning, and he's one of the few that actually has achieved that. It's a really, really great song. His staging was awful. His chest open, the violinist with his expensive violin, this guy skating, ice skating, and it was just so confusing. It was too much, over the top. But if you think about the lyrics, even when the thunder and storm begins, I will be standing strong like a tree in the wind. It's so powerful. I want to be like a tree. I want to be standing still, standing strong against all the things that life throws at me. And all I have to do is believe. And his vocals are great, I'm not going to lie. He performed it really well. He sang it really truthfully, and his English obviously got better. But he was great. I really, really love this song, and I really do listen to it. And when I say listen most of the time in this video as well, I have this thing with my brain. I don't know if many people do. I don't know if I've discussed it with anyone else. But my brain is like a jukebox. When I'm feeling a certain way and I don't have my phone around me or a way to listen to music, I listen to music in my head. And very often when I'm doubting myself or feeling a little bit down or low, this song comes up in my head and it powers me up, and I'm like, I can do this, I can do this. If only I believe. And it's a small token. You can't achieve much with just believing, or just hoping you will get better, or these slogan things. But if you do it, it does feel great. So top 3, wow, what a ride. So obviously, as I mentioned previously, number 3 should have been Roop. I don't know how the rest would have moved around, but maybe this then would have been number 4, I guess. But number 3 officially, 2007, Serbia, Marija Šerifović, Molitva. I love this song, and I have re-listened to it on and off for years, and it basically has been 13 years. It is such a powerful song, and it shows that a song in a foreign language doesn't have to lose its meaning or not be relatable if you can't understand what is being said. I don't speak Serbian, I have no clue, but obviously you can look up the lyric translations and everything, but I feel like so much comes through her performance, her singing, her voice, that you can make up your own meaning. Molitva in Russian, from Russian, it translates as a prayer. So there's some sort of like a religious undertone, but it doesn't have to be. You could pray for different things to different beings or to different people, or however you choose. I think spirituality and religion shouldn't be connected that way. You can choose what you believe in. So I find this song such a beautiful, strong, powerful song, and when I was doing research for this video, I re-listened to this song, and I've listened to it on and off for years, but this time I just really felt that it was really important for me to listen to it, especially with everything going around right now and happening in the world. It's quite a tough time. I think everyone is feeling it. I listened to it on repeat for a couple of days because I really needed that. It almost like mends you from the inside. It's a really, really weird feeling when music can do that to you. And I don't know if many people feel that, but to me music is almost like an ointment for the soul. And this song in particular is just incredible. Incredible. My number 2, 2019, Netherlands. Duncan Lawrence, Arcade. I would be lying if I said I didn't love this song. I adore this song. When it first was released last year, I don't think I listened to it. I only heard it when it was performed live on the Eurovision stage. And I thought, it's a lovely song. Great, cool. The final performance, I think, is just... there's not much different between the semi-final and the final performance, but when he won and I started listening to the song more, I really truly appreciated it. His lyrics are so beautiful and so painful at the same time. The melody of the song is incredible, and when you find an artist or when you find some sort of type of music that you really like and love and enjoy, you want more of that. And I like these kind of like subtle, very slow but very moving songs with like really calm but also powerful lyrics and powerful melodies and powerful vocals if they have to be, to enhance the song. And when I heard his studio version, because his live is unbelievable, he hits those notes like there's no tomorrow, but his studio, it's so beautiful. I still listen to it quite often, maybe once a week at least, a few times. I often fall asleep to it because it has such a calming vibe to it. I think his lyrics are what really make it for me. I'm gonna read them out to you. A broken heart is all that's left. I'm still fixing all the cracks. Lost a couple of pieces when I carried it home. I'm afraid of all I am. My mind feels like a foreign land. Silence ringing inside my head. Please, carry me home. I've spent all of the love I saved. We were always a losing game. Small town boy in a big arcade. I got addicted to a losing game. Isn't that just beautiful? There's so many metaphors that you can look through and dig. I've been watching quite a few videos on poetry and other people's poetry compared to others. This particular YouTuber, Rachel Oates, I'll leave her link in the description. She's just so great. I never gave poetry the time of day, and I always found it a bit pretentious. But there is so much more, and that's why I love lyrics. I love lyrics because they connect with me, but also there's so much more happening behind the scenes of just one or two lines. And that's what I find with his lyrics. I can listen to it. That's why I love listening to songs on repeat, particularly songs with lyrics, with good lyrics, that I can almost appreciate them every time I listen to them again. I particularly love this part of that he has saved all his love that he has ever had, and then he spent it all on this one person. He was a young boy. I think what he means here is that he's quite young. His first love or something. He really invested himself in it, but he lost because that person didn't appreciate them or didn't love them back as much, or there's always these feelings and mixed feelings, or people don't feel the same way about you that you feel about them, and it's heartbreaking, it's beautiful, it's gorgeous, and he really, really delivered it. And I can't recommend this song enough. It's probably one of my favourite songs of all time. He recently also came out with the first EP. He released one song during this entire year before, like I think around September time. Recently, like in this last week, he's released an EP. I think it has 4 or 5 songs. I haven't listened to them all because the one that has captured me and the one that he performed in Eurovision on Saturday, it was the Shine a Light concert. someone else, he performed a really acoustic, really slow version of it, but the studio version, it killed me. It's so good. It's one of those songs that starts off really mellow, really sweet, sort of like Arcade, and it has that powerful chorus, and it's like, I don't think about you. I don't think about you till I'm alone thinking about you with someone else. Listen to the whole song, leave everything everywhere so you know where to listen to it. And he basically talks about how he has loved someone that he has obviously doesn't have them anymore around, and he doesn't think about them. He tries to block them out of his head until he is alone, when he's not surrounded by all these people. And when he's alone, all these thoughts come to him, and he's thinking, are you with someone else? Who are you with? Where are you? I wish I was there next to you. Heartbreaking. His songwriting is so amazing. I'm so happy for him to exist in the world and to listen to more of his work, so I commend you to it too. And number one, my number one song, and I think it's a very popular answer to say because it is unique, it is superior to all of the other songs, and it's just the best. Number one, 2012, Sweden. Loreen with Euphoria.
Euphoria, forever till the end of time. And now I know you and I, we going up.
What can I say? This is the best Eurovision winning song of these particular 16 years. It is a unique song, and Loreen is a unique artist. I can't tell you how many times over the years I've just started singing Euphoria or felt that feeling. It's a very sensual, it's a little bit sexual song. It's very on the nose, but also kind of like hiding it from you. It's a stunning song. It is so beautiful. You just want to live it. You just want to be like, ooh, yes, it's incredible. Loreen really made it her own. She stood on that stage, she performed for her life, and it really came across. She had this amazing image to her, and whatever she portrayed of almost being yourself and being the person that you want to be and coming across as you want to come across, why not? And we should be promoting more of that. That is the beauty of life, being you. I think Loreen really just is an icon of Eurovision, and her song is incredible as just a song, but also as a whole package. I hope you go and listen to it and give it more love. I guess this concludes all of this. Eurovision 2005 to 2019, winners ranked. I hope I got all the years right. I love this contest. This is not the last time you hear about it from me on this channel. I hope you don't hate it. I will do a lot of research and we'll really go through every single song and do everything and put like a bunch of lists together so I can post them throughout the year in anticipation of Eurovision 2020, which will be held in Rotterdam. It was revealed on the 16th of May in the final concert this year, which was more of a celebration of all the songs. That was actually not what we expected. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope to see you in my next video. Let me know in the comments if you like any of these songs and what is your top 15 of these particular years. And that will be it for me today. Bye!